Okay, going to round two with this list. One of the things I didn't mention the first time around with talk about this list, though I did mention it in the games, is no Radiant Fountain. Uh, I'm gonna try it. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical of whether that's actually the correct way to build Amulet. I think Radiant Fountain does a good job of stabilizing in a lot of different scenarios, but it's possible the metagame is just moved beyond Radiant Fountain. 2 life is just not enough of an effect to be worth playing a colorless land in the mana base over something like a Lair of the Hydra or a Cavern or something, um, or a second Talaria West. I don't know. We didn't really see any of the cards do all that much. I mean, we played a Hydroid Krasis. I don't think it um, I think it made a huge difference. I think if we had had a Karn, that actually would have been actively better, but it was fine. It didn't harm us that we had the Krasis. Um, there also is a question of if we want to do more with the blue splash. So you could think about things like Spell Pierce or Swan Song. But a big part of our blue splash is off the Crumbling Vestige and the caverns. So that makes it harder to cast actual blue cards. Which I guess the next thing to look at would be, is there any green blue creatures that you would want to play? I'm not really interested in Gretchen, and I can't really think of any other um, green blue creatures that even really would be a consideration in Amulet, to be honest. I'm probably going to get people in the comments telling me about big things I'm missing, but no, I think this might be good tech uh, against specifically Murktide. Uh, just getting around a lot of the different ways that they like to interact with you. It's also a matchup where Karn is not great, so I'm not upset to be trimming down on Karns against Murktide. Um, keep this. And here we're seeing Cavern actually have nice synergy with the little Snake Shaman, in that we wouldn't be able to cast and explore onto, but we will be able to Tribelder onto. Now, we will need an untapped land if we're going to Karn, which we just got. So, um, guess I'll Cavern on Shaman. See what my opponent has for us. It's also a possibility the blocking on Sakura Tribe Elder could be relevant this game if my opponent, for example, just tries to throw a hammer on this reality chip. I mean, certainly this first time drawing Sakura Tribe Elder, it looked much better than an Explore. I mean, it's going to be pretty often in a 4 cavern list that Sakura Tribe Elder looks better than Explore. Maybe this is just the tech now. I will sacrifice the Tribe Elder here. And I do think I want to play Karn into play. It's probably going to die. But at the very least, I will be grabbing an Engineered Explosives, which I should be able to play for 1, and hopefully pretty nicely clean up this board. I guess another interesting aspect of Sakura Tribe Elder is that it's pactable. Not that I expect to be pacting for it a whole lot, but I could see situations where it could be the right thing to do, you know, especially if you just really want a blocker for 2 mana and, you know, you think that you have 2 mana available, you really want a blocker, and you think Elder is better than Grazer in this scenario. I could see that happening. Or, like, you need a blocker, and you also need a second green to be able to pay for the Pact. I guess they're probably going to put a hammer on the reality chip, is what it looks like. Let's see if they equip the reality chip post-combat. If they do, that'll make the hammer not be on anything. Which, if they do, I think that means I want to blow Engineered Explosives for 0. Just the reality chip's a little bit dangerous on a creature. Of course, if they draw another creature, they can always equip. If they draw an equipment, they can throw it on the reality chip. But I just think leaving them with a functioning reality chip is too big of a risk. I think I want Beseiju. And I've got a backup threat. And I've got a way to bounce the Beseiju. So maybe just Valakut. I could see scenarios where we could just go for like a Valakut kill next turn with Azusa and Dryad. Could have even just gotten 2 Valakuts with the plan of just going ham on the Valakuts next turn. I think we're kind of in a territory where it's our game to lose at this point. Watch, we're going to have this great blue splash idea, and every match is just going to be like hammer, and we never even bring in the Crisis for any of the matchups it's meant for. That's what it's starting to feel like is going to happen. Okay, so this time we actually know we're against hammer, so we can bring in the forces and the Beseiju and cut Bajuka Bog. What else? At least one more land. Probably the bonus Talaria West. And a non-land card. Probably Summoner's Pact, since Karn is sort of a good threat, and it's not like they play like a lot of discard or counter spells. They might have like a Mana Leak or Spell Pierce or whatever, but they're not interacting with our threats on the level of something like Murktide or Death Shadow or something. So I think cutting the threat's fine. Keeping the early stuff, the ramp. I think Tribe Elder's great. I think, blocking a creature with a Colossus Hammer seems like an exciting option. I do like just the pure amount of like untapped green sources that I have in this list. A lot of things that crash to Grazer on one. Okay, this hand's a little awkward, but it does cast Karn on turn 3. I think I'm going to keep this on the strength of turn 3 Karn. We also have a lot of draws that can potentially make this hand quite good. Dryad or Grazer really ups the quality of this hand significantly. So it's like it's got potential, and it's got, a bare minimum plan as well. Okay. I think I'll lead on the Beseiju, rather than committing to what I want to play these caverns on. It makes it so that if I draw Azusa, if I draw Dryad, I can play the Boros Garrison into either one. I could potentially draw another green source and, Azusa, even if I don't have... I don't know what I was saying. Even though I don't have Azusa, I could pack for Azusa, is I think what I was trying to get at. might just be dead here if they have the turn 3 hammer on the Nexus. So they just need a land here to put the hammer on the Nexus, and then we're dead. But if that is the case, you know, well played. We'll move to game 3 and be on the play. They choose not to go for the kill, which is convenient for us because we did not have any way to stop them. Or maybe they have double hammer here, and they see this as the safer kill. You know, maybe they got blacksmith skill or spell pierce or whatever. Okay. Well played. I think I feel good about everything. I think our opponent had a quite good hand and was probably winning that game. Even if we mulliganed. And I felt okay about our hand. It didn't pan out the way we wanted, obviously, but I think it was still a keep. This is a keep because we've got turn 2 Dryad, we've got the Talaria West to set up our future Titan, so, you know, everything we could want. We got ending? Steel Shaper's Gift, okay. Do they have a 0 drop? Cauldra. Interesting. I would think that you would only grab Cauldra off the Stoneforge Mystic. So we're well set up for the turn 3 kill. Regardless of if they kill Dryad or one of our amulets, we can do it through a mana leak. We can't do it through a... We can't do it through a Lavinia, but... yeah, no surprise Stoneforge Mystic here, given their play last turn. I think short of a random... Even Solitude, I think we can actually just play around. Not that I expect a hammer deck to have Solitude, but they are currently tapped out. So I suppose, you know, why not? Oh, I forgot that we don't have another Talaria West in the deck. Okay, that's fine. We can still kill them. Let's just get Valakut Slayers. Wasted a little bit of mana there. Not the end of the world, since my opponent is dead. Alright, see everyone next round.